of the year of streaming and learning to code. Finally, we have an earlier stream instead of starting at 11:50 something at night just before day's end. Now it's 1 something, 1:30ish, 1:27 technically to be or 13:27 depending on your choice. Cat, will you please just assume napping position in my lap? Good. We're getting there. You're like basically upside down. You're halfway into napping position. Claws. Okay, we're getting there. We are getting there. And you're a cat. Good. Cool. Day 104. Kind of furry. Look at that. Little kitty didn't destroy the entire stream right from the get-go. This is good. We have, let's check. We've got audio, golden, webcam, check, and Codecademy, and little kitty. Perfect. Okay, so day 104, we are continuing on 30% of the way through, learning ReactJS Part 2 here at Codecademy. I think we've made our way to the beginning of Section 2. Nice. Advanced React. We are starting with style. Again, it seems like I get the feeling all of these will be short sections. Lessons 1, all 3 lessons in Section 1 were all like 5 or 6 sections. For some reason, it's still taken me about an hour to get through each one. And that's okay. So, since we're starting earlier, we might be able to get through 2 today instead of just 1, but that's that. So, fingers crossed. We're at least going to make our way through style, possibly take on container components from presentational components. Good. Let's do this. Let's just dive right into it. Style, here we come. Let's do this. Loading. Again, it does that thing where if there's no activity on Section 1, it just jumps straight to Lesson 2. We're going back to 1, starting from the top. Beautiful. All right. We be learning. In this unit, you will learn a variety of useful techniques that React programmers are expected to know. You'll learn how to make a stateless functional component, how to make a prop type, how to write a form, and how to use styles. You'll also be introduced to your second programming pattern, dividing components into presentational components and container components. Click Next to begin. Okay, there are many different ways to use styles in React. This lesson is focused on one of them, inline styles. An inline style is a style that's written as an attribute like this, h1 style. Hey, we finally have come across the double curly braces. They said we were going to learn about them eventually. We've reached eventually. Okay, so h1 style equals double curly braces. Hello world. Notice the double curly braces. What are those for? The outer curly braces inject JavaScript into JSX. They say everything between us should be read as JavaScript, not JSX. The inner curly braces create a JavaScript object literal. They make this valid JavaScript object. They make this a valid JavaScript object. Curly braces, color, colon, red in single quotes. Ta-da! Okay, cool. So, if you inject an object literal into JSX, and your entire injection is only that object literal, then you will end up with the double curly braces. There's nothing unusual about how they work, but they look funny and can be confusing. So it's following protocol. It's doing exactly what it's telling it to do. Outer set, take it from JSX to JavaScript, lets it know JavaScript is coming, and then within it is exactly the JavaScript object literal notation. This is what's going down. And in this example, color is red. Pretty cool. Okay. Instructions 1. Oh, we're jumping all around. Oh god, we've lost full control. There we go. All is well. Instructions 1. Click run to see the H1 rendered to the browser. How can you add styles to this poor H1? Hold on. We've got text things. In you. No problem. Okay, cool. Back to Twitch chat. Hey, Topher. What's up, man? How are you doing? We've just begun. Where are we? We are in the second section of Learning React Part 2. So we're in Part 2. There's 3 main sections. We're in the second section, and we're in the first of the 5 parts of Section 2. Yeah, that's where we're at. Life's good. React's been interesting. How was your, what's today? Saturday? Feels like a Saturday. How's your Saturday going? Hopefully kind of awesome. As a Saturday should be. Where do we leave off? So, curly braces, nothing special with curly braces. We are clicking run to see the H1 rendered in the browser. How can we add style to this poor H1? So all we're doing is clicking run to get the green check mark for step 1. Then instruction 2, please style me, I'm so bland. Let's give the H1 an inline style. Give the H1 an attribute with a name of style, and the attribute's value should evaluate to this object. Background, light blue, color, dark red. I feel like we're going to end up with, yeah, in H1, double curly braces. Aha, cool. All right, let's do that. We've got style equals double curly braces. There will be a colon involved. No colon. And so far we only have single curly braces. There we go. Now, should we do the double or just copy all that stuff? We're going to have the single curly braces in there for now. Now we're doing this. Ta-da. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee. Okay. Did I delete one too many curly braces? I think I did. There we go. We'll run that. Well, we got a change and a green check mark. Awesome. Next. Section 3. It's been the bane of React Part 2. Getting past that Section 3 hurdle. Alright. That's all you need to apply basic styles in React. Simple and straightforward. One problem with this approach is that it becomes obnoxious if you want to use more than just a few styles. An alternative that's often nicer is to store a style object in a variable and then inject that variable into JSX. Look in the code editor for an example. The style object is defined on lines 3 through 6 and then injected on line 11. Variable style, color, background, cool, 3 through 6, and then line 11, style, boom, right there in the curly braces. If you aren't used to using modules, then this code may have made you twitch uncontrollably. I don't see why not. They've been teaching us everything step by step for however long, so it seemed normal. Should I feel twitchy and uncontrollable? Kinda concerned. Alright. Moving on though, defining a variable named style in the top level scope. What the deuce? Who's doing what now? Defining a variable named style in the top level scope would be an extremely bad idea in many JavaScript environments. In React, however, That's totally fine. Remember that every file is invisible to every other file except for what you choose to expose via module.exports. You could have 100 different files, all with global variables named style, and there could be no conflicts. Instruction 1, select style me.js, make a new line after variable React DOM equals require React DOM. On this new line, declare a new variable named style, set styles equal to this object. Okay. Select style.me.js. We've selected. Make a new line after variable React DOM require. Boom. On this new line, declare a new variable named styles. Variable styles. Set styles equal to this object literal. Or, well, to this object. My bad. It's not technically. Well, does that count as object literal notation? I think it does. To be honest, I think it does. We've got you and your friendly semicolon. There be a bit of space between those. We're going to add a bit of space. All right, and let's go ahead and run that. Boom, question mark. Yes, green check mark. Awesome. Way cool. 2, change the value of your h1 style attribute. Make styles value equal to your new styles variable. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Who am I doing what now to? Since you aren't injecting an object literal anymore, you will no longer need to use double curly braces. Right, so it's just style. Change the value of your h1's style attribute. Style blah. Make styles value equal to your new styles variable. So style equals plural styles. Eh? Pretty cool, pretty clever. Let's go ahead and run that. And ta-da! Green check mark. In the bag. Next. Section 4 of 6. We're doing good. We're doing good. All right. In a regular JavaScript, style names are written in hyphenated lowercase. Variable styles, margin, top, background color, 20 pixels, green. In React, those same names are instead written in camel case. Variable, okay. Regular JavaScript looks like this, hyphenated lowercase. Gotcha. In React, though, it is camel case. We got margin top and background color all smashed together. This has zero effect on styling property values. Only on style property names. Okay, has zero effect on style property values, only on style property names. Instructions. Give your styles object 2 more property names, a margin top of 100 pixels and a font size of 50 pixels. All right, margin top. Wait a second. Not there. Haha, that was a lie. We're adding it to our styles variable or our style module. Is that? Pretty sure that's what it is. So margin top colon foo single quotes double hard to tell 50 pixels followed by something. The next thing. It was font size. Font size 50. Boom. There we go. Let's give that a shot. Run that. It's thinking. Did I break it? I don't think it likes me. This is bad. Give your styles object 2 more properties. I think I did something wrong. I'm going to... Oh, wait, margin top of 100 pixels. Okay, so we're going to refresh it. I figured it out. We're good. We're good. We figured it out, little kitty. You just keep napping. 100 pixels. So margin top 100 pixels and a font size of 50 pixels. Run that now. Thinking, it's spinning. Boom. Got it. Nice, nice. Okay. Success. Beautiful. 5 of 6. We're getting there. We are getting there. All right. All is well. In the last exercise, you learned how to style names. Whoa. We didn't learn. Clearly, we didn't learn how to read last section. Once more. In the last exercise, you learned how style names are slightly different in React than they are in regular JavaScript. In this exercise, you'll learn how style values are slightly different in React than they are in regular JavaScript. In regular JS, style values are almost always strings, even if the style value is numeric. You usually have to write it in a string so you can specify a unit. For example, you have to write 450 pixels or 20%. In React, if you write a style value as a number, then the unit px is assumed. How convenient. If you want a font size of 30 pixels, you can write font size 30. If you want to use units other than px, you can use a string. Font size 2ems, sticking with ems. It could be ems. We're going to go with ems. Specifying px with a string will still work, although it's redundant. A few specific styles will not automatically fill in the px for you. These are styles where you aren't likely to use px anyways. Okay, gotcha. So there's a couple scenarios. Most of the time, it's expected. In the couple scenarios where it's more than likely not expected, it won't fly that way. Okay, so we'll jump back. I'm just processing this, self-internalizing, all that good stuff. So a few specific styles will not automatically fill in the px for you. These are styles where you aren't likely to use px anyways, so you don't really need to worry about it. Here is a list of styles that don't assume px for pixels, right? You've got Facebook, GitHub, back here again. So clearly, if we ever have concerns with React, this is like the 3rd or 4th time they've referenced out of the 4 or 5 example links they've provided. So this definitely seems to be the main source for React-y things. DOM elements, React, and good. You know what? The point is that we know where to find it, right? That's the important part. Okay, so we made it through there. Instructions. In your styles object, change any property values that end in px from strings into numbers. In your styles object, here, change any property values that end in px from strings to numbers. There we go. I wasn't paying attention, right? Isn't that just grand? 1, 2, 3. Boom. So that's it for that. Go ahead and run. Green check mark. Nice. And we're on to 6 because we can. What if you want to reuse styles for several different components? One way to make styles reusable is to keep them in a separate JavaScript file. This file should export the styles that you want to reuse via module exports. You can then require your styles into any component that wants them. In the code editor, move back and forth between facebookstyles.js and facebookcolorthief.js to see a styles file in action. Okay. We're in Facebook something right now. Wish these were larger tabs because I can't actually tell which one I'm in. Facebook color palette. I assume that's the color thief file. Versus Facebook styles. This has div style and other things. So that's that. Style.js, home.js, and attention something or other. Okay. Color palette, blue, dark blue, light blue, gray, and white. Module exports, blue, dark blue, light blue, gray, and white. Okay. And then here, it's got variable styles require Facebook./Facebook styles. Okay, cool. So there's all of that. That's what's happening there. In addition to the colors from here, they also have div styles as well. Just keep that in mind. Something to think about. Something to consider. Which would be background color and color itself. We've got dark blue and white. And technically it's styles.darkblue and styles.white. And then down here in the render function, the div, if style equals in curly braces, style div style, this guy. So it's all trickling into itself and painting a beautiful dark blue, white, and gray picture. Onwards. Instructions. You have a meeting in 5 minutes with an important client. It's crucial that you impress them by showing off a beautiful React website. You haven't used any styles yet at all. Oh no. You do have some style that you wrote one night while lost in a deep dream. Open style.js to see your subconscious styles. Style.js, subconscious styles. Intriguing, but your dream styles aren't connected to the rest of your app. So at the moment, they're worthless. Can you apply your styles before it's too late? Click Run to see the current state of things. Maybe you don't need to apply your dream styles. Maybe your site is impressive enough already. So all they want us to do for one is run it. Welcome to my homepage. Kind of stark, even by our standards here, which is pretty low effort. Good. I wouldn't say low effort, highly efficient, right? Pretty enough for passing. That's what we're shooting for. All right, 2. No, definitely not impressive enough. Agreed. You need to export your styles from styles.js so you can import them into your other files. In styles.js, export your styles. Module exports, font family, background, font size, padding, and color. We're going to do all that down here. I'm going to type out the module export, but then we're going to highlight the internals and copy that. Module. Hopefully. That is not a word. There's a straight O in there. Module.exports equals something or other. Curly braces. Semicolon and fun stuff. Copy and shove this right here. Beautiful, beautiful. Do we need anything else? I don't think we need anything else for 2. I know we still need to tie this nightmare together, but let's run that for now. Green check mark or 2. Oh, there's a couple steps to this. 6. Hot damn. Okay, so we're on 3. These styles are all you've got. You're going to have to use them in both home.js and attentiongrabber.js. We've got home here and attention grabber. Okay. In home.js, create a new line after variable attention grabber equals require. Home.js. Variable attention grabber require. Enter. On a new line, declare a new variable named styles. Set your style equal to your exported dream style. What about what? Style.home.js and attentiongrabber.js all share the same parent directory. Style.js. Okay, so this would be the require thing. So dream, what am I calling it? Dream style? Or just styles.js? That's attention grabber. This would be home. That's Facebook styles. So here we're just doing styles. So we're requiring styles. I think that's what's happening. Variable styles equals require parentheses single set of quotes styles. Pretty good. Hopefully. Let's go ahead and run that. Fingers crossed doesn't blow up in our face. Oh, we forgot the dot slash. Son of a, we were so close. Like 104 days of sucking, right? Typical. Run. Okay, 3. Green check mark for 3. Now select attention grabber. Create a new line after variable react. Require react. On your line, declare a style variable. Make its value equal to your exported style, just like you did in home. We're going to take this and copy it. And then we're just going to shove it in here, because we can. And paste. Cool. Run that. Maybe. Nice. Green check mark. Okay. 5 and 6. We're getting there. Now you can use your dream styles. Select home.js. Oh god, I closed out of home.js. Bad, Steven. Bad. File thing. Home.js. Okay, we opened it. Let's drag. Son of a bitch. Drag it. Yeah. No. Things Steven would do to fix this. If we wanted home back one and we can't drag it and we closed out of it, then we close out of attention. There's that, and now we open attention. Boom. Look at that. Ta-da. We fixed everything and we close out of the directory. Haha. Nothing changed. Golden. That could have been borderline on the edge of tears. Alright. 5. Now you can use your dream styles. Select without closing. That's what the bold means. Home.js. In between variable styles and variable home. Variable styles and variable home. Define a new variable. Variable div styles. Background style.background. Height 100%. Now select attention grabber in JavaScript, or attention grabber.js, in between variable styles and variable attention grabber here. Define a different new variable. V1 variable h1 style. Copy that. Pasting. And run. Okay. Okay. We're doing good. We're doing good. Nice. 6. Do. Do. Something's deeply. Oh, nothing's wrong. I just totally blanked out and forgot what I was doing. Day 104 of code. We're on instruction 6. That's what blanking out looks like. 6. The client is walking into the conference room. Quick, use those styles in Home's render function. Okay, in Home's render function here. Give the div a style attribute of div style. Div style attribute equal to div style. Okay. In attention grabber's render function, give h1 a style attribute of h1 style. Attention grabber. h1 will be style equals h1. Oh, that's high. Just kidding. Huh. I'm trying to talk to the computer like it's a person. That's ridiculous. Style. Okay, style, h1 style. Click run and expand the browser. Your client falls into pieces over your minimalist, elegant design. Raises for everyone. Oh, if only it were that easy. We're gonna run it. It's loading. Oh, wow, that is... It's subtle. That's just spectacular. I should screenshot this and make this the waiting screen when my stream's offline instead of the current like come back later screen for BDX Inc. I should just have this. Wow. That's well, this is what we made. Ta-da. I'm not sure beautiful is the right word. We'll go with interesting. All right, good times. Way cool. Up next, one section down. How are we doing for time? Do. I think we can squeeze out one more. It hasn't been that long. Fire out another section. Up next, container components from presentational components. Learn your second React programming pattern. Start lesson. Awesome. It's thinking. Wow, and there's only 2. That can't be right. There's only 2 sections in this. Section 2 just must be gigantic. Are they updating React? Is that one of the things they're updating? Is this one of the courses they're updating in the summer? Maybe? Fingers crossed, right? 2? That's it? Maybe there's a lot of reading. Let's get through this. In this lesson, you'll learn your second programming pattern, separating presentational components from display components. Click run. In the browser, navigate to blah diddly blah. You're looking at a rendered guinea pig component. This is getting interesting. I was not anticipating guinea pigs. All right, guinea pig's job is to render a photo carousel of guinea pigs. It does this perfectly well, and yet it has a problem. It does too much stuff. We can break guinea pigs into smaller components, but before we do, How do we know that guinea pigs does too much stuff? How can you tell when a component has too many responsibilities? Separating container components from presentational components helps to answer that question. It shows when it might be a good time to divide a component into smaller components. It also shows you how to perform that division. Okay. I get the feeling 2 is going to just be a gigantic section. Next. Here's the second page. It's going to be like 85 instructions. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 9. Not bad. Not bad. Okay. So here lies our activity. This should be relatively okay. If I can breathe. Damn nose. Just leaking. Don't mind me. I'll mute the mic just for your viewing pleasure. Oh, good God. Can see like the dust from the tissue when I blow my nose. Horrifying. So graceful, right? Okay. Separating container components from presentational components is a popular React programming pattern. Here's the basic idea behind it. If a component has to have state, make calculations based on props, or manage any other complex logic, then that component shouldn't also have to render HTML like JSX. Instead of rendering HTML like JSX, the component should render another component. It should be that component's job to render HTML like JSX. Following this pattern separates your business logic from your presentational logic, which is a good thing. Okay. Cool. Let's click on good thing. We are just falling apart. Eyes itchy. Can't breathe. This is probably what I get from letting the cat nap in my lap. That's okay. Good thing. See, have a good thing. American heritage. That ultimately is a good thing, but I'm also. I don't know what they're talking about. What link did I just click on? Is this code for something? Did I miss the good thing meme? No? Maybe? I'm not going to take the time to figure that out. We're not going to decode that. Okay, 1. Guinea pigs.js contains a lot of logic. You can even see the render function uses... Whoa. Guinea pig.js contains a lot of logic. You can't even see the render function unless you scroll down. Okay, yes, there's a lot going on. Cool. I wonder if I should read through the code first, or just read through the instructions. We'll just read through the instructions for now. It makes sense that guinea pigs would have so much work to do. It has to select the correct guinea pig to render, wait the right amount of time before rendering, render an image, select the next correct guinea pig, and so on. Let's divide guinea pigs into a presentational component and a container component. Near the top left in the code editor, click on the folder icon. Create a new folder named containers. New folder. Is there a new button? Click new folder. Container. We're going to copy it. Containers. Okay. Containers should be next to components. Yes. Inside of containers, create a new file named guineapigscontainer.js. Copy. Make sure that guinea pigs is plural and container is singular. Yep. So container, new file. Well, containers, new file. Let's add that. Once you've made containers / guinea pigs, click run or running. Cool. Green check mark. 1 of 9. Damn. 2. Open guinea pigs.js. Wait, open guinea pigs. No, open components / guinea pigs.js. You want to separate this component class into 2, one component for rendering, one for logic. How do you do that? To start, just make a copy. After that, you can delete the appropriate parts from each copy. Highlight the entire component or the entire contents of components guinea pigs and copy it to the clipboard. Blah, blah, blah for Mac, blah, blah, blah for Windows. Now open containers guinea pigs container. Click inside its empty file and paste. Containers guinea pig and JS should be identical. Okay. So am I confused? Did I totally miss something? Open components guinea pigs. I think we're in components. We already have components guinea pigs. Now open containers. So we're selecting all of this. Select all. Copy. Now we get to open containers. Guinea pigs.containers. Guinea pigs.containers.compiled. So this is what we want. And to start, just make a copy. After that, you can delete the appropriate parts from each section. Paste. Click inside the empty file and paste. Containers, guinea pigs container, and components guinea pig should be identical. I'm confused with the deleting part. That's not really clear if they want me to delete it now or if after that. I can't tell if that's right now after we've made the copy or some point in the upcoming future, like section 3 or 4. No one knows. Let's just run it for shits and giggles. Okay, cute guinea pig, cool. Green check mark. I don't know if that is actually a well-deserved green check mark. Kind of feels like a confused, undeserved one, but whatever. 3. Select components guinea pigs, and then close the file browser. Components guinea pigs selected. Close the file browser. Look at guinea pigs component class. Starting on line 11, this is going to be your presentational component class. Starting on line 11, this is going to be your presentational component class. Okay. That means that its only job will be to render HTML like JSX. On line 2, delete variable React DOM. Line 2. Delete. Replace it with the following statement. Okay. Run. Something went terribly wrong. Oh, on line 2, at the bottom of the file, delete React DOM render call and replace it with that's what we're replacing. So on line 2, we deleted that. And now at the bottom, I was thinking to myself, I was like, doesn't module.export usually go at the bottom? It's because it usually goes at the bottom. Should have listened to my spidey senses. Okay, so we're replacing React DOM.render with module.exports equals guinea pigs. That makes so much more sense. Hey, XJ man, how you doing? We're back at it. Continuing through React Part 2. Doing our stuff. Close that error. We're gonna run it again. Hopefully we get a green. Yes, we got a green check mark. XJ man, doing good. Awesome, man. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it. Okay, 4. Good. But why did you just do that? Because the presentational component will always get rendered by a container component. Guinea pigs will get generated by guinea pigs container. Any component that gets rendered by a different component should use module.exports. Select containers, guinea pigs, containers. Okay, so we've got this. Make a new line after line 2. On your new line, declare a new variable named guinea pigs. Pigs of the guinea, copy, variable, paste, equals, I don't know, something or other. Alright. Your goal is to import the guinea pigs component class that you just exported. Okay, we're requiring and then we're referencing the file. Gotcha. Require, single quotes, /, guinea pigs, and then semicolon. There we go. Okay. The guinea pigs equal to require equals import blah. This will be slightly different from what you've done before. As you saw when you open the file navigator, guineapigs.js and guineapigs container.js are not neighbors. The file path that you pass to require will have to navigate up one level and then down into the components folder. Oh. So there's going to be more slashes going on. So it'll be .component / maybe it'll be ./component / guinea pigs. We're in JS. I think it'll be component. I just don't know where component goes. It's either going to be /components. We'll try that. We're going to run it. We were close. It's double dot? That doesn't make sense. Require, so we've got variable guinea pigs equals require, parentheses, single quotes, 2 dots, components / guinea pigs. I never would have expected there to be 2 dots. So run that. I guess right for components and the / before, and a green check mark. Strange. I'm not sure why the 2 periods there. Okay, so 5 of 9. We're making our way there. We are making our way there. Select containers / guinea pigs container. All right, lot of guinea pig stuff. We're in guinea pigs container. Look at the guinea pigs component class starting on line 12. Cool. This is going to be your container component class. On line 12, change the component's class name from guinea pigs to guinea pigs container. On line 12, guinea pigs to container. In the React DOM render, call near the bottom of the file, change guinea pigs to blah. Okay, so we're just changing, we're adding container basically. All right, so we're tying everything together. Let's go ahead and run that. 6. guinea pig's container contains a lot of logic. It shouldn't also have... Okay, gotcha. I was seeing where they're going. I was reading ahead and my reading out loud wasn't keeping up. Alright, guinea pig's container contains a lot of logic. It shouldn't also have to render HTML like JSX. Delete any HTML like JSX from guinea pig's container renders function return statement. Instead, return an instance of guinea pigs. The new render function should look like this. Render function, variable source, genuine paths, this.state.currentGP, return guinea pigs. All right. So here we've got, in our render function, variable source, genuine paths, this.state.current, then it's returning all of this nonsense. What it should be returning is just this instance for the component. Return v. Yeah, that's good. Okay, cool. I feel okay about that. Doesn't mean it can't be wrong. Nice, good. We weren't terribly wrong. Check mark. 7 of 9. We can see the end. We're there. We're getting there. 7. Once your container component has chosen a guinea pig, it must pass that guinea pig to the presentational component. In guinea pig's containers render function, pass the chosen guinea pig by giving guinea pigs a prop of source equals source. All right. In guinea pig's container, which we're in, pass blah to something in the render function. So down here, we're giving a prop source equals source. Source equals curly braces source. Okay, cool. Let's run that. We're doing good. Okay, cool. 7 of 9 down. We're on to 8. Can't believe this hasn't blown up in my face. This is shocking. Usually the whole village is on fire by this point. Although we're not out of the woods yet. Select components guinea pigs. Okay, boom. Now we're in component land. This component is supposed to be the opposite of guinea pig's container. Its only job is to render HTML like JSX. Delete everything inside of guinea pig's component class except for the render function. When you're done, the object passed to React.create class should only have one property, render. Inside the render function, delete this line of logic and replace it with this variable source equals this.props.source. Lastly, delete the variable genuine paths array. Okay, so first we're going to do it in order. Although their order was to destroy everything. XJ man. Perfect. You're too kind. Alright. But the support is good. Yay. Yay us. Go team. Right? We'll make it out of the woods alive, hopefully. Render function, right? Focus, Steven. Focus. So, we are delete everything inside guinea pig's component except for the render function. No. Yes, except for the render function. Oh my god. Delete everything inside the guinea pig's component class, which is all this nonsense, except for the render function. And then I'll be inside of the render function. I'll be deleting that line. And then I'll be replacing it with this. Also, delete the genuine paths array. Holy hell, we're just taking a sledgehammer to this whole thing. God damn. All right. Yeah, cool. So this isn't stressful or concerning at all that I could totally ruin everything. Render function. And there's that. Boom. Gone. Inside the render function, delete this line of logic and replace it with this. So we're just going to copy you. And we're just going to replace it from the get-go. Paste. Okay. And lastly, delete the genuine paths array. Hot damn. All right. We're going to run it. Fingers crossed. Otherwise, we get a lot of shit that we have to put back together. Holy hell, we did it. And that also completed section 9. Look at that. Okay. That should do it. And it did. It did do it. You divided guinea pigs into 2 separate component classes. Guinea pigs and guinea pigs container. In this programming pattern, the container component does the work of figuring out what to display. The presentational component does the work of actually displaying it. If a component does a significant amount of work in both areas, then that's a sign that you should use this pattern. You can find a lot of intelligent articles written about this pattern. Here's a nice one to start with. Cool. We'll take a look at that. And then I think that's maybe going to be it for today. We still get a peek at the next one. Container components, Flux, Relay, Ajax, flashy things, by containers, you know, why a lot of stuff. Cool, good. We're going to leave that. That's not that long of an article. Should we read this? Should we do story time? God damn, I feel like we should do story time. My spidey senses tell me story time should happen. Alright, we're gonna do it. Brace yourselves, kids. Alright, learning React with Channalistic. Sure? Chantastic? It's one of those. Reading sucks. Let's do this. Container components. One React pattern that's had the impact on my code is the container component pattern. In JSON Onta Talk high performance components, there's this little gem about container components. The idea is simple. A container does data fetching and then renders its corresponding subcomponent. That's it. Corresponding means a component that shares the same name. Stock widget container, stock widget, tag cloud container, tag cloud, party pooper list container, party pooper list, right? You get the idea. Why containers? Say you have a component that displays comments. You didn't know about container components, so you put everything in one place. Class comment list extends React component, this.state comments, component did mount, fetch some comments, this.set state, comments, render, return, this.state.comments.map, list stuff, good. Your component is responsible for both fetching data and presenting it. There's nothing wrong with this, but you miss out on the benefits of React. Reusability. Comment lists can't be reused unless under the exact same circumstance. Data structure. Your markup component should state expectations of the data they require. Prototypes are great for this. Prop types are great for this. Our component is opinionated about data structures. Our component is opinionated about data structure, but has no way of expressing those opinions. This component will break silently if the JSON endpoint change. If the JSON endpoint change. Once again, this time with the container, first let's put all of our data fetching in one container component. Class comment list container extends React.component state comments. Component did mount, fetch some comments, this.set state, comments, render, return comment list, this.state.comments. Now let's rework comment list to make comments a prop. consist, at least that's what I'm guessing it is. Comment list props, props.comments.map, list, C body, C author. So what did we get? We actually got a lot. We separated our data fetching and rendering concerns. We've made our comment list component reusable. We've given comment list the ability to set prop types and fail loudly. Interesting. I think I'm still confused. I'm a big fan of container components. They're stepping up my React game a lot and making my components easier to read. Give them a try. Watch Jason's talk. It's excellent. Carry on, nerds. Blah, diddly, blah. Beautiful. All right, story time comes to an end. We're going to look at the next section. Stateless functional component. Learn to write components as functions. D. We've got another 2, which means it's another giant section followed for 2. We will take a peek at this, but day 104 is coming to an end. This will be on the horizon for tomorrow. In the code editor, take a look at guinea pigs from the last lesson. Notice that its instructions, object only, has one property, render. When you separate a container component from a presentational component, the presentational component will always end up like this one render function and no other properties. If you have a component class with nothing but a render function, then you can rewrite that component class in a very different way. Instead of using React.createClass, you can write it as a JavaScript function. A component class written as a function is called a stateless functional component. Stateless functional components have some advantages over typical component classes. We'll cover those advantages in this lesson. Click on example.js to see a stateless functional component in action tomorrow, right? Good. Let's go ahead. We'll start to back out, shut down. Let's see stat-wise where we stand for day 104. Learning ReactJS Part 2, we are now 50% of the way through with 1,208 points to our name and 167 badges. Very nice. Way cool. Let's close out. Thank you very much, XJ Man, for stopping by. Always good to have you. Topher, looks like you were here for a bit as well. And to anyone else who may have stopped by to view the stream, it's always greatly appreciated. Day 104 comes to an end. Day 105 is on the horizon for tomorrow. Good times. Are you sure you want to stop the stream? Hell yeah. Kill it.